going on, traders? Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys all had an amazing trading day. But as you guys know, Tesla did report earnings today, and so the market, right, just looking at the Nasdaq chart, was all over the place, right, in anticipation of it. And we did, have a nice little sell-off into the aftermarket hours here. But I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know exactly how it went for me today, and so let's go ahead and jump right into it. As far as how I did day trading wise, you guys will notice I actually didn't take any trades today at all. And I'm going to go ahead and explain in a sec why. But as far as my account, right, down nearly 1,500 on the day because Tesla did take a nice dump today. But, if you guys are wondering why I didn't actually actively day trade, it's because of how inconsistent I viewed the market once it did open. So as you guys can see, right at 6:30, the market pushed up, then it broke rapidly below the EMA, right? Then pushed above it again, then broke below it, and then pushed above. So there wasn't a very consistent pattern in my eyes, right? So that's why once I saw all of this choppiness, I decided to stay cash. And I'm very proud of myself for doing that, right? I could have definitely seen myself ending red on the day because of how inconsistent it was. And that would have put me red on the week potentially. But because I was able to just stay cash, right, I just saved myself from a potential big red day, right? And so there wasn't very clear direction in my eyes, and we did end up starting to sell off during the second half of the day. And what actually ended up happening with Tesla, you guys may be wondering, well, during the morning session, right, it was actually pushing up and it was hitting new highs. It hit nearly $300 a share and ended up selling off during the aftermarket session to $275 a share, as you guys can see. So, from lows to highs, that was a nearly 8% move. And so, lots of movement that we were seeing. And as far as what actually ended up being reported, as you guys can see, Tesla did report a 47% rise in sales for its second quarter. And so you guys, are more than welcome to go ahead and look at different news outlets that will tell you more about it, right? But as far as why we potentially sold off, right, although it sounds like really good news, I personally think that people were more fearful that there are going to be future interest rate hikes, and it's causing the profitability, right, and the margins of Tesla to really be squeezed, right? Because Elon's been trying to decrease the prices in these vehicles to try to combat, right, those higher interest rates and just the more expensive costs of living, right? And because of that, I think investors are particularly fearful, right, of the future and what that may hold in store. But I'm not too worried about it. I'm still holding Tesla. It's more of a long-term play for me, right? And just because it dipped, 6 or 7 or 8% in a day doesn't mean I'm just gonna, panic sell, right? I still see lots of value, lots of growth opportunity for the company, and so I'm just excited to actually follow up with it and see what ends up happening. On the larger time frames, you guys can see, right, that we have been actively uptrending and using the EMA as a support, and now that we finally sold off and broke below it, we may potentially start to push up again. But we need to see if this thing is going to continue to break above the EMA, right? So anytime it does dip below the EMA, it breaks above it, right? We see a dip below, break above it. So if now that it broke below it, are we going to retest it and continue to uptrend, or are we going to get rejected now and start to form lower highs and lower lows like how we did here, right? Where the EMA will start to act as a resistance rather than a support on the way up. But I'm just excited to see what ends up happening, and hopefully we do continue this uptrend that we have been seeing. But we just need to take it day by day and see what happens. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will be posting a recap tomorrow, so I hope to see you guys then. Take care and have an amazing rest of your day.